Cruise mode, son of a tennis gun, in the mix for Australian Open 2025 wildcard. Cruz Hewitt could be thrown an Australian Open 2025 qualifying wildcard as Tennis Australia and the Young Guns team ponder the next step for the promising teenager. A lanky right-hander who admires the games of American Ben Shelton and recently retired former US Open champion Dominic Thiem, Cruz Hewitt boasts a 30-10 record in International Tennis Federation junior competition this year. The only son of former world #1 and two-time major winner Lleyton Hewitt, Cruz Hewitt had his first significant exposure to Melbourne Park competition in January 2024 when he got a wild card for the Australian Open Junior Boys event. But he exited with a loss to sixth-seeded American Alexander Razgehi 6-2, 6-3 before a packed crowd on show court 3. Cruz Hewitt was nominated for the Male Junior Player of the Year award at the Australia Tennis Awards in early December 2024, but he was pipped at the post by 18-year-old Hayden Jones, who has also been awarded an Australian Open wildcard. Cruz Hewitt turned 16 in early December 2024. Now that's the same age that his father Lleyton was when he famously won his hometown tournament, the Adelaide International, as a wildcard entrant ranked, wait for it, in the 500s. Can you believe it? Way back in 1998. The spotlight on Hewitt Jr. and his capabilities on the tennis court were inevitable ever since he started hanging around the country's Davis Cup teams. G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is Grand Slam tennis. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to this Australian Open Life. Really glad you can join us today. The most striking element about Cruz Hewitt is his height. He already towers above his father and mother, Beck Hewitt. A familiar characteristic feature and family trait is the bushy blonde hair. For Cruz Hewitt, he's taken a strong interest in his formative career in his stride. The attention has been there throughout his life, but this was especially noticeable at Melbourne Park in January 2024. And he said at the recent Tennis Australia Awards, where the Newcomb medal was awarded, he said, "It is what it is, and I really don't mind." And the Newcomb medal, by the way, was shared by Australia's best player Alex de Minaur and doubles champion and Olympic gold medalist Matt Ebden. Cruz Hewitt was born in 2008, deep into his father's professional career, and he only had a few fleeting chances to see firsthand what his famous dad was able to do against elite opponents. And so he's had to rely on video highlights instead. And he said he's only seen a few of them, just some of the big matches, and he's adamant that he and his dad have completely different game styles. Cruz Hewitt had no hesitation in naming Ben Shelton and Dominic Thiem as top players that he admires. One is a rising left-hander American star with a ripping forehand. The other, a recently retired stalwart who was good enough to win the US Open during the Djokovic, Federer, Nadal era. And Cruz Hewitt says, "I like to bring the energy. I like to serve, I love hitting forehands as well." In his boys singles debut at Melbourne Park at the Australian Open 2024, Cruz Hewitt was disappointed to lose on a packed show court 3. But nonetheless, the experience gave him a taste for more. He said the crowd was so good, the support was amazing. He said he was a bit sad he didn't get the win, but it was still a great experience, and he said, "I definitely learnt a lot, so I'm excited to get back out there." And Cruz Hewitt, in October 2024, he achieved a personal best junior ranking of world number 99. As Australia's Davis Cup captain and a fierce advocate for national representation, Lleyton Hewitt was asked about the challenges of raising a budding star. And he said the two toughest things are sitting courtside for the Davis Cup and watching Cruz play. He said, "It's a lot easier if I'm out there playing 5-set tennis. I don't mind the pressure that comes with that. But it's a lot harder sitting on the side of the court and not being in control of absolutely everything." Cruz has had a fantastic start to a very long journey that awaits him. To be there as a support to him and trying to put the best team around him is a fantastic thing for me. So don't go away, we'll be right back. G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is Grand Slam tennis. Welcome back to this Australian Open Life. Really glad you can join us today. Comparisons, we all know they can be onerous, but Lleyton Hewitt knows there's simply no other way. He said the comparisons have already been there since Cruz picked up a racket. He's got to enjoy it as much as possible and make it fun. He's doing great so far. Lleyton Hewitt also said it's good that Cruz gets to hang out with a lot of his idols as well. Guys like Alex de Minaur who he can look up to and get a hit with. It's pretty special. While two-time Grand Slam winner Lleyton Hewitt burst onto professional tennis and raced to become the then youngest world number one at 20, the sport has undoubtedly evolved since then. The intervening 2 decades have been the era of the big three, the period when Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal won nearly every men's tennis major. Many titles were won by those champions while they were in their 30s. Young guns in the modern era, such as Carlos Alcaraz, a Spaniard, who's gunning for a career Grand Slam at the age of 21, have been the exception, not the rule. And he'll need to achieve that career Grand Slam at next month's Australian Open 2025. But Lleyton Hewitt is content with the steady progression of his son Cruz, and he said it's getting harder and harder to jump onto the men's tour at such a young age and to make that transition. And he reiterated, Cruz has just got to enjoy it. It's about stepping stones and to always try and keep improving. And he made an observation, there's not many Carlos Alcarazes you see these days who just come along and are so physically strong out there and able to compete with grown men. Hardened tennis professionals at such a young age, especially in the best of 5 sets. G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is Grand Slam tennis. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to this Australian Open Life. Really glad you can join us today. Lleyton Hewitt said we'll just see whatever opportunities there are. A source with knowledge of Tennis Australia's wildcard selection process confirmed Cruz Hewitt was being considered for the qualifier event, and this week that rumour became fact as Cruz Hewitt was confirmed as receiving an Australian Open wildcard qualifying place. Tennis Australia has finalised the main draw and qualifying wildcards for the Australian Open 2025. 10 Australians have direct entry to the men's singles with Alex de Minaur, Alexei Popyrin and Jordan Thompson poised to be seeded. Box office Nick Kyrgios gets a spot thanks to a protected ranking. But only one Australian woman, world number 96, Olivia Gadecki, has secured her entry to the women's singles. There will be 16 men's and 16 women's qualifying spots up for grabs. Lleyton Hewitt said his son was on track to play an ITF junior event in Traralgon next month. That's January 2025, and the Australian Open junior boys event. So I hope you enjoyed that little retrospective on the career. Let us know what you think. Join the conversation and give us your own thoughts on Davis Cup players from your country. But that's where we'll wrap it up for now. And that's the Spotlight series and part of our Player Watch. You've been listening to me, it's the Bloke Who Walks. This Australian Open Life produced by Wise Words Media. We're based in Melbourne, Australia, and we are the experts on all things Australian Open 2025 at Melbourne Park. Qualifying starts on the 6th of January 2025. The tournament gets underway. The finals of the qualifying on the 9th of January. The tournament gets underway in mid-January 2025. But that's where we'll leave it for now. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you soon. Bye for now. Hang on a sec. G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is Grand Slam Tennis, coming to you live from the home of the Australian Open, Melbourne Park, produced by Wise Words Media. This Australian Open Life, we're based in Melbourne, Australia. We'll be bringing you the sights, sounds, summer of tennis, qualifying news, live tournament match play, audio only, radio style commentary, and the tournament kicks off in mid-January 2024. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Hang on a second, did we say there's other information about ground passes? Yes, there is. Now, you can also find 7-day ground passes between the 22nd and the 28th of January only, and we won't run through all the benefits there, but if you're willing to part with 139 Australian dollars, you'll get great value there. So I guess that's for the hardcore tennis fans that know that they definitely want to be going every day to the Australian Open. That is an expensive week if you're not taking your own food as well. But all this information is on the Australian Open website. It is ausopen.com/ticket-info. And once you go to that website for the Australian Open, you'll be taken through and you'll be able to just look for the, it's right up there on the top of the page, ground passes, and you'll be able to get your tickets there, and you'll be able to find tickets and get more information as you need them. But the ground passes, to finish off, that'll take you on an iconic Melbourne Park adventure, and you can explore the incredible world of food and beverages and entertainment on Grand Slam Oval. You can catch up with the tennis up close in Kia Arena and the Western Courts, all the show courts. There's some great show courts on the outdoors there, and some really great viewing areas. And you don't have to, all you need is just to be able to find a seat, unreserved seating only, of course, and they're available there for you to book. This Australian Open Life is produced by Wise Words Media. We're based in Melbourne, Australia. We are the experts about all things Melbourne, all things Melbourne Park, and all things Australian Open 2024. So stick around with us during the Australian Open 2024. We'll be bringing you live match commentary, audio only, radio style commentary throughout the first week of the Australian Open, and as we get into the second week, and we'll be picking and choosing some of our favourite upcoming matches with some of the lesser known players. We like focusing on the wildcards and those outside the top 100, the qualifiers, those that get through, and we like following the lesser known players and bringing a little bit of colour to the Australian Open for you. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and bye for now.